Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. There's always something going on in boxing. You never know what you're going to get on any given day. But what we know right now is you got big-time drama with Turkey Al-Sheikh, Dana White, and every promoter out there. Promoters are pissed because Zuffa Boxing is taking over. Now, in case you didn't know, Frank Warren is out here suing Sela and the TKO boxing group for $1 million. They're trying to get that Wu-Tang cream, cha-ching, ching, dollar bill, y'all. But the core issue with the lawsuit, they feel there was some contract interference, event control disputes, and fighter access that Sela and TKO had access to. And they used access to those fighter contracts to basically come now and start to source fighters and pull them over. And they use the access to Frank Warren's Queensberry boxing. They use the access to all the specifics and how they run their company to come now and build up their promotional outfit. So Frank Warren's not having it. He's pissed. Now, this matters, okay? This matters. Because it shows Saudi boxing power is now reshaping promoter hierarchy. You know, these promoters are going to get phased out. So if they can't figure it out, it'll be over. I'm telling you, in the next couple of years, what we know as, how we know boxing to be ran. Because it's going to change. It may be totally obsolete. And Zuffa may be leading the show because you got Saudi backing and you got the backing from America. When I say Saudi and American backing, I'm talking about the king of Saudi Arabia and the president of the United States. I mean, that's a win-win. You know, you got the money, and then over here in the States, you know, you got the flexibility to have shows wherever you want. They're about to put on a big show, the UFC, at the damn White House. So that just lets you know what you can do with the proper networking and the proper connections. So all these promoters should be very uncomfortable. Old school promoters, man, they're feeling pushed out, and they should. But they're going to fight tooth and nail to make sure that they don't end up obsolete and they remain relevant. But the bigger picture is boxing shifting from promoter-driven, event investor-driven to event investor-driven type shows. You know, everything before was all about the promoter. Now it's about the event, about the investor, and it is what it is. And I'm just sitting back just watching, you know, promoters now fighting each other in court. It's not just in matchmaking. So I think this is only going to snowball into something bigger and more of a headache. And it's going to be pretty entertaining for us as long as we keep getting the fights. I don't feel sorry for anybody. I'm not excited for anyone. I just want to see how it plays out because when shit like this starts hitting the fan, it gets ugly real quick. That being said, you know, a good example is just what happened with Conor Benn. I ain't gonna lie, man. Conor Benn, he showed no loyalty to Matchroom. But at the same time, you can kind of understand when you're a fighter and one fight deal, $15 million, that's a lot of money to walk away from. But at the same time, if it wasn't for Matchroom, wasn't for Eddie Hearn, Conor Benn probably wouldn't even have a boxing career. You know what I'm saying? He probably wouldn't even have a boxing career. So I understand him taking the $15 million with Zuffa for one fight. But I also understand people being angry because he leaves Matchroom, he leaves Eddie Hearn, no warning, no negotiation. He's just gone. Not even the courtesy to reach out to the man and say, hey, this is what I'm looking to do. What do you think? Can you match it? Let's have a conversation. So at least they can create some kind of agreement or understanding, and Eddie say, okay, look, one fight deal, you go there, I can't give you that money, and then you come on back and we continue. But Conor Benn didn't do that. He did it in a way to where it almost seemed shady, and that's why he's getting so much stress. You know, people understand him, but they're angry because the loyalty thing is what's getting people. But others like, your $15 million is life changing. That's some big money. Risk-free payday compared to multi-fight deals. You know, people see both sides, but the main criticism is he should have called Eddie first. Business respect is greater than business loyalty, you know what I'm saying? He should have at least had a conversation with Eddie. Now, continuing on when it comes to news of fighters doing shit, Richardson Hitchins, there's all kind of rumors of him putting duck sauce on the fried rice. He pulled out of the Duarte fight, something about being ill. You know, I don't know if he was truly sick. All you can do is trust what they're saying. You can't verify it. So we don't know if he was truly sick. The impact on his image, fighters live on perception. Ducking rumors equal poison. And for right now, Richardson Hitchins, he's not looking too good. If it's false, you got to show proof. You know, but the silence fuels the narrative. You know what I mean? Result, fans now question his toughness. Trust has been damaged. And I don't know, if he loses next, they're going to clown him. Now, Shakur Stevenson is in high demand. There were talks about him facing Richardson, facing Conor Benn, facing Devin, Ryan Garcia. Shakur Stevenson's all over the place. But promoters want him. He has that elite defense, low risk of upset, technical masterclass brand. Now, Ryan Garcia just got a big win. There's some talks about him and Shakur fighting. You know, I don't know. But I know Shakur controls the pace and he wins rounds. That would be an interesting fight. But Ryan's got that speed. He's got power. So the fight dynamic is Shakur equals a chess match. Ryan is a goddamn grenade. You just don't know if Ryan's going to be able to detonate one of them shots on Shakur. And if he does, then what happens? Now, Bill Haney, he's watching what's going on between Ryan, Shakur, Hitchins, and everyone else. Even Keyshawn Davis. And he wants his son, Devin, to face Ryan or Xander Zayas. And he's putting some pressure on Ryan to make the fight. But he's like, if you're not going to fight Devin, then we're going to go after Xander Zayas at 154. So what it just means is, for the Haney family, they seem to prioritize belts and legacy. They're not all emotional, you know. They're not caught up in all the hoopla. Now, Chris Eubank Jr., Gervonta Davis, they're supposed to be returning. A lot of criticism saying they're too distracted, not focused for the elite level anymore. They need to just go ahead and just cool themselves and relax. But the reality is both are still dangerous. Fans expect dominance, not survival. Gervonta Davis for sure. There's a big demand for him to return. Chris Eubank Jr., people want him to return, but at a safe weight. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of fans who feel when it comes to these two, just go ahead and chill out. You know, people are still worried about Eubank Jr., how he looked against Conor Benn. People are worried about Tank with all his personal woes. So a lot of fans are like, they have nothing to prove. Sit back, chill out. They got more money than they know what to do with. Don't come back fumbling around in boxing and take, you know, unnecessary losses. And speaking of taking unnecessary losses or not wanting to take an unnecessary loss, Claressa Shields may be putting duck sauce on the fried rice. I don't know what the hell is going on with her and Shadasia Green. Rumors are circulating that Claressa talking about she may not get credit if she fights Shadasia Green, saying Shadasia Green is old. Why would I fight her and beat her? I might fight somebody younger. All that sounds like duck sauce talk to me, you know what I'm saying? I think she's going to try to avoid the fight because it's a very high risk. Some say low reward. But anyone she fights is going to be maybe a lower risk, but I don't see the reward being any higher than fighting somebody like Shadasia. So I just think the issue with Shadasia is a very high risk. And that's why if she doesn't fight her, you know, I'm going to say, Pap got the fried rice and she's got the duck sauce. But Claressa's just maybe trying to protect her brand. She's got to win her fight. She can't lose. So why throw her in there with a killer like Shadasia now? Talking about killers, Carlo Adamus is back facing Ammo Williams. And I'm going to tell you, Ammo had a long camp. He was supposed to fight. Individually going to fight, pulled out. He had to sit back now and chill for a few months. Now he's going to be going in there with Adamus. It makes me think about Teofimo Lopez Kambosos, where these extended training camps because the fight's not being made or opponents falling out. Then you finally get into a fight and you're burnt out. An extended weight cut. You know, that's my concern for Ammo. Adamus is going to be healthy and firing on all cylinders. But there's a risk that he's a drained fighter, because a drained fighter equals a vulnerable fighter. Could hurt his performance and hurt his stock. So I got Adamus winning that fight. Then you got Franchon, Crews, and Deontay Wilder, all the claim mistreatment and all the shit they got going on. All kind of allegations, man. Deontay Wilder talking about Tyson Fury cheated. Franchon Crews-Dezurn saying Claressa Shields' team didn't treat her and her team right. Fans are like, look, we hear y'all, but give us some specifics. You know what I mean? Stop implying cheating or mistreatment. If you're not going to give us the specifics in details, then just leave it alone. Because the problem is vague accusations equals sore loser look, and no proof means no sympathy. And that's just it. So, boxing drama unleashed. Always something in boxing. More to come. Y'all keep cool. In the breeze.